Hey friends, welcome to this Jersey Girls home. My name is Vicky and we are gonna make some pies today.
Be a friend, leave a heart in the comments, like and subscribe.
We are gonna make 3 different kinds. Delicious, right? Of course, it's pie. I like pie more than I like cake or cookies, so this is perfect for me. I am trying one new recipe today. It is gonna be the chocolate pecan pie from Pillsbury Recipes. We're gonna give it a try. But I'm also gonna make maple pumpkin pie and a German apple pie. Delicious. Here we go. So it's holiday season. Thankfully, there are some foods going on sale now. So when I was in BJ's, I found Pillsbury pie crust on sale. So I picked this up because I want to make empanadas. But there's 6 crusts in here. I don't need 6 crusts worth of empanadas. So figured half will go to that and half will go to pies. Okay, let's see. I guess I'll start with the maple pumpkin pie because that's the one my kids are going to be really excited about. Okay, so the recipe is coming from my Bake the Seasons book. Maple Pumpkin Pie on page 136. This is a really great book. If you don't have this, I highly suggest getting it, although I am a recipe book lover, so I guess if you don't like recipe books, then don't bother. But if you do, this is terrific. I love this book. There's so many good things. It goes by seasons. Let's make our pie. Oven needs to be at 375 in a large mixing bowl. Beat the eggs, add the pumpkin puree, cream, sugar, maple syrup, vanilla, ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, and salt. Whisk until the filling is silky smooth. All right, step 1, beat the eggs. Now we need 2.5 cups of pumpkin puree. So we're gonna use this awesome organic brand that I get from Costco. I love it. I'm doing it, I'm making the pies. It's about 2 cups. Let's see, 2.5. It's about 1.5 of those cans. Cream, 1.5 cups of cream. Oh, our oven is ready. 3/4 a cup of turbinado 2 sugar. Let's say, right? Yum. And a half a cup of pure maple syrup. Oh, this does not have a cup on here. It's too big. Gonna have a little bit of cream in that one. Very little. Very careful. And my little gingerbread friends. Okay, so a tablespoon vanilla extract. Guys, my other one is almost time to get that open and going. I'm so excited. Okay. 1 teaspoon of ginger and cinnamon. Half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. And a half a teaspoon of salt. Stir, stir, stir. Oh, that smells delicious. Can I add some vanilla beans? Just a little bit. I don't think I can scrape the rest out because it's so full. This is going to bake for 45 minutes to 55, so maybe like 50, but we'll check it at 45 minutes. 375 degrees. Careful! Don't drop the pie. next recipe is a clue. Pecan chocolate pie. All right, let's get our pie crust in here. Let it warm up just a little bit so it can move well. Okay, so we're gonna do 1 cup of light corn syrup. I saw another recipe that used dark, but I don't have dark, so this is what we're going with. And this is what this recipe calls for, so it's perfect. Okay, and then that's a 1/2 cup. We need 1 more 1/2 cup. Well, that worked out. Used the rest of that container. 1/2 cup of sugar. We need to melt a 1/4 cup of butter. I'm using salted because the recipe didn't call for any salt in it, and all this sweetness, you know, you gotta have a little bit of salt in there. So that made my decision on that one. Genius at work here, I know. Let's also get our vanilla in. 1 teaspoon. And 3 eggs. Oh, and some egg breakage. Before I put this all with my hot butter, I'm gonna mix this up so the eggs don't scramble. And then I'm gonna very slowly put my butter in. Okay. We're gonna add 1 cup of chocolate chips. One and a half cups of pecan hash. This is going to go into our pie dish. So let's see if we can get this unrolled a little bit more without breaking it. This is such a fun pie pan. Okay. Okay, this is gonna bake at 325 for 55 minutes. It's a long one. I forgot to get the oven preheated, so we're just waiting for that to get to temperature, and then we can get our pie in the bottom oven. It's ready. Let's put this in. Just gonna everything looks and smells delicious. So now we are on to our final pie project, and my family has put a movie on in the family room because it's getting pretty late, so I'm gonna record over for this part. But oh, German apple pie, so delicious. I discovered this a couple years ago, and it is just so creamy tasting. It's really delicious. If you haven't tried this, you have to try it. Obviously, there's nothing like a regular apple pie, but this is just so delicious. You only need one crust on the bottom. If you wanted to put a crust or pieces of crust on the top, that would probably also be delicious, but you do not need to. In the beginning, you saw I put 1 tablespoon of lemon juice in the bowl so that it kind of helps keep our apples from browning. I have Macintosh here that I'm going to work with. It is apple season, guys. All the apples are out. Um, even, I mean, some of the ones that came out early in August, you would really need to do something with by now, but the stores are loaded, the sales are on, and apple season is here with the best prices. So now's the time to make the stuff. I was even thinking about wanting to make a cranberry applesauce or a cranberry apple pie filling to get on my shelves, but I haven't gotten there yet. Still hoping. Not sure if we'll make it though. Time has been flying by. The weekdays have been so busy with 2 high schoolers and an elementary schooler. If you know me, you know I homeschool, so it is very busy during the school year. And between cleaning, cooking, and schooling, our weeks just fly by, and the weekends are all just kind of like a catch up to get ready for the beginning of the week that comes. So I am enjoying my day here making my pies so that we can have some nice sweet fall treats for the season. And Thanksgiving is actually after what I'm doing, even though it's coming out after the recording is coming out later. Um, I did make this before Thanksgiving so that we had just some nice treats prior to the holidays. So now we're gonna peel 3 pounds of apples. I usually tend to use Macintosh because I like how they get softer and so they're so juicy when they cook. But you could use any kind of cooking apple, or Granny Smith apples are another really good one to use. And that will kind of come out to be about 7 cups of apples. Um, to me, every time I've done the 7 cups, and you'll see, it's a lot of apple. So I would just grab your bag of apples, go through what you think is going to fit in your pie pan, and go with that. Measure with your heart if you really want to aim for the best here. The rest is really easy now. We're just going to add 1 cup of sugar. I used turbinado, but you could just use white sugar if that's what you prefer. A quarter cup of all-purpose flour. And we're going to mix this in a bowl so that it's all mixed up before we mix it with the apples. 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. A half a teaspoon of cloves. And honestly, to me, this is not like a hit or miss flavor ingredient. So if you don't have it, don't worry about it. 3/4 a teaspoon of salt. And whisk that up really good so that all the flavors are blended and not in chunks. We'll sprinkle that over the apples and just toss the apples within that so that they get well coated. Then we're going to measure out 1 cup of heavy cream and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Okay, we're going to mix that up really good. And this we're going to set aside until we've got the apples in our pie crust. So we'll spread this out. And as you've noticed, I am not a baking expert. I just kind of toss my crust in, and that's how we get it. I'm not gonna do anything fancy. I'm just gonna get it so that it'll hold my filling. And you know what? No one has ever told me in the 20 years that I've been cooking that my pie is really ugly and they can't eat it. So, winner, winner, we got some pies over here still. See how I have some apples left over, so I'm gonna get this in, packed in as tightly as I can, add a little bit of more of them, and then we'll top our vanilla cream mixture on top. It'll kind of soak in as it cooks. This is delicious. I cannot wait for you guys to be able to try this. It's so good. So we just pour this on. When you're baking, if you want to cover it with aluminum, you can. I did not, and I kind of did let my top get a little toastier than normal, but that's all right. Still came out delicious. And part of the problem is that you want to start your oven at 450 degrees, but then after 15 minutes you're supposed to put it down to 350, and I kind of forgot about doing that. So, yeah, my apple one got a little toasty. This pecan one came out so good. That was definitely something to consider making again. But you know what? All I did was add some character, right? Look at that nice rustic apple pie. Serious bubbles. It was so delicious, even with the little crispy tops. We had our chocolate pecan pie. It was so good. And our pumpkin pie.
Thanks for watching. You guys are the best.